I had to have a moment of silence. One of my worst days that I'm having. The part that they don't tell you, or they don't, share or talk about. We got to be this. It's a lot of us, most of us on earth have to be very strong, and it take even a strong has to, take a step back and just breathe. So I'm currently, I have depression, major depression. But I've been diagnosed with major depression. The therapist, the doctor, so and everything, and my therapist. So, like I said, this is what it looks like when I'm going through it. As you can see, my eyes and stuff. Not feeling so great. My day hasn't been all that great. They got me on some medication for it. They got me on Cereline, or whatever it is. It's HCl, 50 milligrams. And I take this for my depression. It helps sometimes, and sometimes it don't. Like sometimes it don't be working. But then I know that it is working because I can tell a difference. So, I've been suffering with depression since I was younger. But I just, didn't really pay much attention. And then when I got older, it started to get worse. So, I can't listen to certain kind of music. I can't watch certain kind of movies. Sometimes the movies don't even have to be that sad or sad at all. Or same with the music, don't have to be that sad or sad at all. I just can't listen to it. I don't force it. I just turn and go to something else. Sometimes my depression is weird because sometimes I can go periods of time with doing okay. And sometimes, all of a sudden out of the blue, I just go through what I'm going through now, what you see me going through now, how I'm feeling now. Now, you may ask, why did I come on camera with this and talk about this on camera? I chose to do that so I can just, sit and talk and get it out. Because like I said, when you're feeling like this, you don't feel so great. You feel like doing one in a million things. So instead of me doing that, I just came on to talk. And everybody got something in their life that they're going through and stuff like that. And, you have to feel free to let it out or then you do whatever you got to do instead of just taking the other route. So, but one thing about it is, I'll be okay. I'm just going through some things right now, just like anybody else, and I'm going through some things right now that I don't want to be dealing with. But at this point, I don't have a choice. But like I said in one of my other videos, I was like, don't take up responsibility that ain't yours to begin with. So if it's something you want to do, that's fine. But if it's something that it always is something that you really have to deal with, till you can get what you need to get to, because that's how life is. Then you do that. That's that can't nobody hold it against you. That's just something you got to do what you got to do, and it's part of that. So for me, dealing with things that I have to go through it so I can get to where I'm trying to get to. And a lot of people, you're going to have a lot of negative people saying little stuff or saying that I really don't care what they have to say. But I'm going to do what I got to do until I can get where I'm trying to go. If you ain't helping me or nowhere around trying to do nothing, don't say nothing to me about nothing. Don't speak on my life. Don't speak about nothing concerning my life or what I could do or should do if you ain't helping me. Not saying it in a way that where you should be obligated to do so, but don't speak on nothing, and you ain't gonna do nothing or help do nothing. So, like I said, I'm just going through a lot. I'm up under a lot of pressure right now. I'm just trying to let it out. And I've been strong for so long. I've been dealing with depression for so long, for so many years. And for so many years, I thought that I can control it. Get the, try to, like, when I say control it, word manage it better. I thought I could manage it a little better and stuff like that. So I knew I had deep down in my back of my brain that I realized that at some point I was gonna have to seek help for it. But I was like, well, only if it got to a point where it got worse, and I'll do what I gotta do, even if I don't want to. But I will say, if you're going through any kind of depression, anything like that, excuse me, then if you can manage it for how long, for a long time, then do that. Don't judge. Don't let nobody judge you for doing it. Hold off as long as you can. And once you realize you need the help, or you want to get the help, then you do that. Go for it. Don't let nobody try to force you to doing something that you don't want to do. Unless otherwise, like if you're a child and you can't make that decision, or other different reasons why. But sitting here on this rainy day, and tomorrow it's supposed to be a bad weather here, and I know a lot of people going through now in the path of this storm, and I pray for them. I pray for people daily, on a daily, whether it's good or bad, whether I know you or not. I just pray just about any and everything now. And the ones that's in the path of this storm, all the us that's gonna be impacted by this storm, I pray for all of us. And like I said, that's life. Life ain't fair. Life never been fair. So they got me on some sleeping pills too, because I struggle to get my sleep. I don't get much sleep. And it's called trazodone, 100 milligrams. And I was on 50 milligrams, but I had to up the dosage because it was working, but it wasn't doing what I needed to do, to try to get to sleep. And even now, I still can't get to sleep. So, I hate taking sleeping pills, because, I take it too early, I get up too early. If I take it too late, I get up late. So, I have a lot of things, through the week that I have to deal with and do through the week. And the crazy about it is, you ever been dealing with someone going through something, and you have to deal, me, for instance. I have my depression and stuff like that, and I never been the type to just be lashing out on people when I know I got depression and doing and stuff like that. I try to isolate, so I can rejuvenate, and stuff like that. And you go through stuff, and then to a lot of other people might seem like you got an attitude, or you just don't simply want to be bothered and all that other stuff. That's how they might take it. But in reality, you just feel like that, or seems like that, because you going through it, and you just trying to push through to deal with the things that you have to deal with daily. So that's hard to be dealing with. They have some kind of mental problem, along with dealing with everyday things that you have to deal with, and you can't turn that off. You can't say, hey, I'm going to lay in bed all day, and I'm not going to do that. Just like as a parent, and you got kids to tend to, and you got a mental health problem. And you can't just say you're going to lay in bed and then, not do nothing for the kids, forget the kids, and just never the kids. You got, at some point, you got to try to suck it up and, get through it and take care of the kids. So, it's a situation like that. You dealing with something, and you got to push through it. And, like I said, even if you're going through something that you can't get out of, get what? As long as you make a progress to try to get away from it, that's all that matters. Don't let nobody tell you, well, you ain't got to deal with this, you ain't got to deal with that, you shouldn't have this, you shouldn't that. Don't take no lecture and accept no lecture from nobody. Do what you got to do to get where you trying to go. You got to crawl before you walk. So you got to deal with some things. It's going to be hard, because it's a struggle. You're going to have days that you don't want to push out. You're going to have days like what I'm feeling right now. You just want to just not want to be around nothing, nobody. So that's what me. That's why I don't have many people that I talk to like that or even deal with, because like I said, my depression bad. I don't have time for no BS. I'm just not, I'm really not a people person, and I just can't deal with being around a lot of, people like that. And I just be needing time to myself a lot. I need all my time to myself. So, yeah. I just want to say, don't force yourself to take on anything that you can't take on. People like to try to force stuff on you, or be like, well, so-and-so could have did this, or this one could have did that, not realizing that maybe not only that it wasn't because the person didn't want to do it, but maybe it could have been due to mental health reasons and all type of other reasons. So me, I deal, about my mental health, and I'm trying to keep that balance between everything else. So I'm not taking on nothing that I don't want to deal with. I'm not trying to be mean or do nothing. You can say what you want, judge all you want, I don't care. But I'm not doing that. And the only person I'm going to answer to is God. So, and I don't mind doing it. Whatever the ultimate price is, I'll do that. I'd rather pay it. But I'm not trying to take on something that I'm not able to deal with, or put too much on my plate and do all kind of stuff. I'm not trying to do that. Because the moment you start doing that, then it become an issue. And see, like I said, people like to get mad with you about simple stuff and crazy stuff. So, but let them get mad. Let them think what they want. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to do what they said. Do what's best for you, right? So you got to do what's best for you. So if you're not able to take on something, then don't do it. Now, I'm not saying, now if you have to, then do it. That's a different story. Or if somebody, you have, like your loved ones, certain ones that have actually been there for you, and you want to, be there for them, then that's good too. Why not? But what I'm saying is, stuff that you don't have to deal with, and stuff that you are not able to deal with. And when you speak your truth about it and speak on it and just speak how you really feel, don't nobody want to hear it. Don't nobody, they get started, like they putting away from you. Or like they whole demeanor change when you start speaking and talking, or feeling that way. And I'm just like, well, if you don't want to hear the truth from me, or how I feel, or how things is, especially the hardcore truth, then you could just, politely just walk on away and stay away from me. And if you're going to get mad because I don't want to help you with something I don't want to deal with, or I can't deal with, then you can just politely walk away. I don't care. Like I said, the only person I'm going to answer to is God. God know my heart at the end of the day. You deal with it, and then something happen, then they want to talk about you. So either way you go, they're going to have something to say about you. So make the right decision for yourself. I bet I had took my pill earlier. It seemed to help a little bit. But now, like I said, it's a lot been going on. I have a lot on my plate, and so do a lot of other people. And there's a lot going on all over the world. So, it's no time for no mess. There's no time to be bothered with people that just make your life worse or make everything around you worse. So, most of the time, that's why I'm always to myself, because I just can't deal with, a lot of the other stuff. I thrive and do a little bit better when I'm by myself. And a lot of other things, I deal with it, or, deal with it as necessary. But other than that, I don't fool with